Hi. Today I'm just going to go through what I'm going to do for a layered garden bed. Now, this garden bed you've seen before, or this raised garden bed, this is the garden bed for cheap one that I built, where it cost me $7 for the sleeper and some nails, and I got the corrugated iron for free, and I just built it up. Now, I don't know if you can tell from the video, it's actually raised. We're on a bit of a hill here, so it's probably about 75 mil off the ground at one side and probably about 200 mil on the other side. So all the corners have been bent in. So I don't know if you can see it from there, but the sides of this actually come down, bend at 90 degrees, and then they come in about another 200 mil or so. So what I've done, because there is a big gap in the middle, I've been utilising the wire that I got in the recycling, the Just Ask video, and I'm going to utilise some other stuff. I'm just going to go through what I'll do, utilising stuff that's in the garden to make, a raised garden bed. So, because of the gap, I've used some old pipe that I had lying around as an actual framework of support on the bottom, and then I've put this wire on top of that. So I don't want everything just to kind of sag down and hit the ground. I want it to actually be raised. It's going to sag a little bit through the gaps, but that's cool. So I've utilised that wire, so that's been in there. It's almost like a mattress kind of effect, like crisscrossing, give it support. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got some weed mat here. Now, I really should have put this out before I actually started doing the video. So this will let the water go through, and it'll actually keep everything inside. So what I'll do, I'll just layer this on the bottom, if I can, just like so. Alright, we'll put that across there. And then bring this over. Now, this weed mat is very fibrous, so it does let water pass through. Initially you might find that it's actually sitting on the surface, but once the water permeates it, it becomes really kind of almost like one of the wipes you get for the kitchen, and after it's wet, water just goes straight through it. So I'll just layer this on the bottom. Doesn't have to be, exact, but it's got to get all the edges, of course. So that's cool, because we want to have a bit of a layer. Now, it looks like it's raised up a bit at the moment already, so you might be thinking, oh, how's that going to work? Once everything's in it, there's a fair amount of weight in there. You've probably got about half a cubic metre of product in there when this thing's full, so that'll hold it all down, so no problems there. Now all I'm going to do is layer it. Now with this garden bed, I'm going to treat it like a compost bin, so I'm going to do a no-dig garden, so just layers of different things, and I might plant stuff in this winter, like in the next couple of months. I'll see how it's going. I might leave it till spring. So this is just what I'm going to use around the garden, what I use from around my garden. Alright, so we're all ready to go. Now that pea straw you saw in the video that I got for free, I put a layer of that out. Now I'll just do like one level just to show you what I'll be doing, and then I'll fill it up over time so you're not sitting there for ages watching me fluff around. Alright, a bit more. I should really get my stuff ready before I start filming, shouldn't I? So this pea straw we got from that place where that was just used for seeding and they wanted to get rid of it. So good recycling there. Alright, so that's cool. Next I'm going to put on some leaves. Now it's autumn here, of course, so there's heaps of leaves. And there's a really big ash tree that's here, so I've raked up a lot of the leaves from that. Ash leaves are significant for a lot of different reasons. There we go. Look at that. It amazes me to think that people used to burn their leaves years ago and make up big piles and burn them when they could have composted them. Alright, so we'll chuck a good layer of that out. This time of year, there's a lot of ash trees around my area, so they're all turning a nice burgundy colour, so I'm really quite fond of ash trees. I think in Norse mythology, the ash tree represented the world tree. There was different levels of the humanities, I guess, and the world tree kind of penetrated all of them. So it was like a central binder for all the different levels, which I find kind of interesting. Alright, so now it may seem like a lot, but don't forget this is going to pack down. So I'll be actually doing about 4 or 5 different layers of these levels, alright? Alright, so that's on top. Next I'm just going to throw out some compost from the bin. This is about a year old. Just to weigh it down a little bit, so if I get a wind it's not blowing everywhere. You can see it's already packing down already. Alright, and that's basically it. So I'll do another layer. I'll also get I've got a big pile of manure from the sheep as well that I've collected. It's broken down a fair bit. So I'll intersperse that with the levels as well. And for the top 20 mil, I'll probably put just some regular garden soil, just some of the soil from my garden and some compost as well. But that's it. So that's basically how to do a layered garden. So I've done that. You could buy some pea straw or lucerne, sugarcane mulch or something like that if you wanted to use that. I had the pea straw for free, so that was really handy. Breaks up the leaves, some garden compost, manure if you've got it, newspapers, just thin layers though. You want to have different layers so the insects can penetrate through the layers. If you've got a big wad of newspaper, all the little microorganisms and everything like that aren't going to actually penetrate through it. It's too thick, so you need to vary their diet basically. So nice thin layers, grass cuttings, all that stuff. Nothing too chunky or woody because you actually want this to break down. And I can turn it over like a compost heap, but I'll keep the layers fairly thin and I'll just utilise it as a no-dig garden. Alright, cool. I know that was pretty random, I was all over the place. If you have any questions about no-dig gardens, give me a yell. Otherwise, I think it's kind of a good process, you know what I mean? I'll do another video in the next few months, yeah, about 3 or 4 months, of me actually planning stuff. So you would have seen it from when I actually got the goods, like got it all recycled, well except for the sleeper I should say, built it, filled it, grown stuff, and then I'll get some produce out of it too. Cool. Alright, but any questions, just give me a yell, alright? I'll see you soon. So yeah, thanks for watching.